Thank you very much for all being here. My name is Carlos, and I'm a hedge fund manager. It might seem a little complex, but in the end, it's really easy. What we do is that we invest money for some of the most demanding investors, probably in Brazil. So the way we do it is that we have analysts that try to find the best investment opportunities around the market and come up with intelligent strategies that will not only reduce our clients' risk, but also increase and maximize their chance of profit. We do so by using some complicated financial products such as derivatives. Derivatives are really hard to understand, and it's also hard to measure the risk. And because of that, the broker, which is the guy who ended up taking our risk, they require us to deposit a lot of margin. This is a big problem for us, but luckily I found Atlantico Hub. So those guys are really into this thing, and they really understand what we suffer, and they came up with a solution that solved just that. But I'm looking at here, and I'm asking myself, how many of you actually know what the heck guarantee is and what the heck a margin call is? Can you please raise your hands? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. I mean, we have some money in the audience. Guys, after this, we need to talk. I mean, our fund's still open and you can invest with us, no problem at all. But for the rest of you that, just like the rest of the world, don't understand what the heck this is, let me give you a brief explanation. This is an easy one. How many of you had actually got into a car financing? Who, bought a car and did some parcelas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so a bunch of you, right? I need to talk to you too, man. I mean, you can't be paying that much in interest rates to your banks. We'll talk about this later. But no problem. You know how this thing works, right? Your bank will lend you money, but will keep your car as an insurance, as a guarantee, in case you don't pay them back, right? So, I mean, just to make it simpler, you can see the money that the bank lends you as the margin call. And you can see the car that's actually, under the bank's ownership as the guarantees that you're being used. The point is, have the bank ever asked you if you wanted to use your car as guarantee? Probably not, right? So imagine that you have this big, nice house that's worth a lot more than your car. Then, if used as guarantee, could actually reduce your interest rates, like how much you're paying for the bank. That would be nice, right? Yeah. But it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen to you, but it doesn't happen to us as well. You can relax in that. I mean, of course, we don't trade cars or houses. We do financial assets. But it happens, the same situation happens to us every single day. I mean, the bank do not understand our positions, do not understand what we're doing, and they end up seizing the assets that we have to put it as guarantee for the risk of our strategies. So without more delays, let me show you what Atlantico Hub does. Since I know these guys, I'm already a client, I can just hit the login button, okay, right there. And you see that my email and password are already in. Of course, you don't want me to show you what my password is, right guys? So just hit login, and boom, I can see my margin call. And my margin call is really the difference between my margin requirement, which is actually what my broker, which is equivalent to my bank in my previous example, is charging me, and my guarantees deposited, which is actually what I have already deposited with them. Okay, so this is nice. Right here, I can also see the list of all of my assets and how much each asset is worth in terms of guarantee. This is nice, but this is actually where the magic happens. I can not only see my assets, I can drag and drop them to the upper list, to this place here. So let me do this first with my cash. I'm gonna grab my cash and I'm gonna drag it and drop it here. You see, now my cash is green. It means that now my bank is able to use that as a guarantee for the risk of my trades, okay? But you also see that my margin call just turned red. That's because I haven't put enough guarantees to cover up for my margin call. I can do that by maybe putting up my letters of credit. So I'm gonna grab it, and drop it right below my cash. I'm gonna do the same thing with my stocks. Okay, I still haven't got there. And I'm gonna do the same thing with my federal bonds. I'm gonna put my federal bonds right below my letter of credits. Okay, that's good. Boom! Now, I've covered my margin call, right? Yeah. But I look at this, and I think I'm gonna put my letters of credit before my cash. And it's easy as dragging and dropping. So I'm gonna hit letters of credit, push it above my cash. And this is where the beauty of the thing is. I can not only tell them what to use, but I can tell them in which order I want them to use this. Okay? So I'm first gonna use my letter of credits, then I'm gonna use my cash, then I'm gonna use my federal bonds, and you know what? I don't want to use my stocks. So I just get my stocks and drop it down the deny list. Now, my brokers can touch this. I see that my margin call is covered with what I already have there, so I just hit the save button. And here I am at my confirmation page. You see that I've used all my letter of credits as a guarantee. I've used all my my cash, but I haven't used all my federal bonds. That's because I only need to cover 500,000 reais and 30 cents, not more, not less than that. If I'm happy with what I see, I can just hit the confirm button, and that's magic, man. My margin call has been successfully covered. You can see I just covered 500,000 and 30 cents. My guarantees deposit says 1 million reais and 80 cents, which is exactly equal to my demanded guarantees. So my remaining margin call is 0. I can see here how much I spent with each of my assets, and I'm good to go. If I want to keep track of what I did, I can hit the print report button, and I can save this as a PDF or print it. I don't want to do this now because it's too lame, so let's close this. And my day's done. I can go up to the party that's happening in the rooftop and have some really good time with my friends. So I would really like to thank Eloisa Frois, Michael Doi, and Thomas Doi and Michael. Sorry guys. So the group that really made this happen, as long as all with my fellow Livagoni students that made so much in so little time. Thank you very much and enjoy tonight.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. My name is John, and 3 years ago, I got together with a few of my business partners, and we set up a company here in Rio. And we were doing okay. We were growing, we were profitable, but we really felt like we weren't getting the full potential of our business. So we wanted to investigate. We started looking into what's going on. Why are we not performing as well as we thought we could? And what we discovered is that our employees are getting to work absolutely exhausted from their commute. So we wanted to dig around a little bit more. What's going on here? So first of all, for those of you who are not familiar with Brazil, companies are legally required here to cover the costs to get their employees to work. And frequently this is done by providing them with public transit cards, which allows them to use the public bus system. So what we found out is our employees typically had long journeys on multiple buses, and they weren't even able to relax on the bus. These buses are frequently overcrowded. The employees have to stay alert so they get off at the right stop. And even if they were able to relax, they have to worry that if they fall asleep, their stuff's gonna get stolen. So we started looking for a solution. And we looked at Uber, but that was really too expensive. We looked at setting up a ride-sharing program, but that had all kinds of logistical nightmares to it. So we did what anybody does these days when they have a problem. We turned to the internet. And that led us to find Karat. And looking here, we can see we have an intelligent transportation system Okay, so that sounds interesting. It seems like maybe something we could use. I'm just gonna go here and see how it works. Okay, so it looks like we have to upload a little bit of information about our employees. They'll provide us with a route, and okay, they are gonna arrange some private, comfortable buses for our employees. That sounds good. I'm gonna scroll back up to the top of the page here, and just click on Commute Better. And since we were exploring this earlier, we already created an account, so I just need to sign in at this point, put in my email. And go ahead and log in here. Okay, so we can see we have a little landing page here. We have a company name, address, location on the map here. But we don't have any employees. Okay, so we need to upload some information with our employees. Now, we already have that saved in a CSV file anyway, so we'll just click on Upload CSV. Gonna grab a file here. And go ahead and submit. Alrighty, so now we've uploaded all of our employees onto the system. We can see that we have their addresses on the map and on our list. Oh, I remembered, Julia just moved, so we need to update her address. I'm just going to edit that. She moved to 147, she just moved down the road. Okay, cool, so that's updated in the system. Oh, and Paulo quit working for us, so we need to delete him. Okay, cool, that's done. Oh, and yeah, we just hired Pedro. We needed to replace Paulo. So we'll go ahead and add him here. And he bought Julia's apartment, so we can just put in apartment 47 here. Okay, so now I think we have everything. I'm just gonna go click on calculate. And we have a landing page. All right, so cost of using public transportation. And cool, it looks like we're gonna save some money here. That sounds good. Order details, monthly payment. Yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and proceed to order. Got a little order summary, our company address, monthly subscription cost. Yeah, everything looks good. Go ahead and check out. Okay, so now we have all of our employees all set up. It's optimized for the most efficient route to bring them into work. Yeah, that was actually pretty easy. Okay, so we actually went ahead and started with Karat. We implemented their system. Once we placed the order, we had our own transit system set up the following week. And Karat basically handled everything. They took care of all of the logistics. They set us up with private buses, comfortable rides. They optimized our routes, so our employees were getting here in the most efficient manner possible. And they also went ahead and informed our employees what time they needed to be picked up at, what bus they were riding on, and all of this they did for less than what we were spending before. As a result, since then, our business has been performing to what we had originally believed it was capable of, and our employees are getting to work faster, and they're much, much happier. Thank you.
2 months ago, when I arrived in Rio, the only word in Portuguese I knew was obrigada. So no wonder I had such a horrible time trying to explain to people how I want my services to be performed. Just imagine. Have you ever explained to a hairstylist how you want your hair to look just by gesturing? Well, that's what I had to do once I was sat in the chair and the stylist behind me did not speak a word of English. I keep dreaming about that experience. It was horrible. My first massage in Rio was also a waste of time and money because it felt like tickling the whole time. And I couldn't really explain the person to press harder. So those troubles and struggles are now behind since I have discovered Lingo. It's amazing. It's very easy to use. Let me show you how it works. I can find local businesses and services that speak English. I can also contribute to the community by leaving a review and making sure that other people benefit from it. And finally, local businesses and local services can advertise their business to foreigners and foreign consumers by making sure that it's English friendly. Great. So let's now try it out and search for manicure in Ipanema. I've got to do my nails just before I leave. So, and hopefully it's going to be somewhere nearby, okay? So this is the area where I live, approximately. Right, so I would like to check out that place. Perfect. Okay, so let me see a little bit more details about that place. I can see that the language reviews of this location is very nice. And let me see exactly what people said about it. Okay, brilliant. That means that now I'm confident that the nail master that I'm going to be visiting will be able to understand exactly what I want them to do. Amazing. Okay, so now let me just zoom in and have a look at where exactly it's located so that I could find this place by myself. Brilliant. Another helpful thing that I found on this website is those Google reviews. Because it tells me that not only does this person, the manicure specialist, knows English, but this person is also very good at the thing that they do. So, finally, there's one very easy thing to use. I can just dial that number and make an appointment if I decided to later. But last week, I went to Space Hack, and I would like to contribute to the community by leaving a review about my experience. Okay. So this is exactly where I went, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a review. Okay, I think that their English was amazing, and I'm gonna give them a five flag rating. I think that this is actually one of the best places I've visited here. It was truly exceptional, okay? And now I hope that other people will be able to benefit from the review that I left, and I hope that other people will be joining in this movement, and I invite you all to be part of Lingo. And as Lingo grows, I hope that people and this world will become a smaller place where Linga enables people to find services that speak their local language. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi. Okay. Hi, I'm Alesh. I come from Slovenia. Anyone else from Slovenia in the house? So, like many people, I work for a large company, But the problem is that I only know and communicate with maybe 10 to 15 people. So how many of you actually work somewhere and you actually know everyone who works there? I mean, you know everyone.
10 people come.
So normally, how it happens is you join a company and you find the people you like to hang out with them, they're in your team, and after that you actually stop finding people, you stop searching. But it really shouldn't be so difficult to actually find more people. And if I relate to my experience here at Wagon, over 2 months that we work, I mean, we've gotten to know each other really well. We go out, we hang out during the weekend, but I basically know no one else, like no one at WeWork. I can walk in, see a face, but all I can say in Portuguese is like, "Olá, tudo bem?" And that's kind of it. So it doesn't make it easy. But thankfully, I found an app called Icebreaker that really helps with that. So what I like about this app is that it does a few really nice things. One, it's very simple. The second is that it's not a dating app. And the way that's done, unlike Tinder and everything else, is that it connects people in a group. So there's no one-on-one meetings. The other thing that's wonderful is there's no status check. There's no profiling, there's no filtering. It's anyone around you, which might seem scary, but at the same time, there's no likes, there's no shares, there's no connections, there's no pictures, there's nothing to say that you should be a fake version of yourself. Because, I mean, does anyone here make fake profiles? Not fake, but maybe better than you really are online? So the simplicity comes that you can just create an event near you in one click, and it's gonna pick a name, a location, and a time this evening to meet. So apparently I might meet a guy and two black chicks at Baraka, Enrique, and Miriam at 7:30. So that's probably 15 minutes ago. But instead of boring you guys trying to wait for people to join, I'm gonna look for other events near me. And there seems to be one with actually 8 people called John's Last Hurrah. But it's taking place at Baraka Celebridade, and I see that that's at the beach, and a beach at 7:30 right now, I mean, that's kind of silly. And it's already nighttime, there's no fun going on, I don't want to be shot, so maybe we ask everyone if they actually want to go to Sabugosa, where I've been to the bar, it's a nice bar, it's close by, but let's see what they say. So Francisco, as always, is up to go out. Anyone else? Oh, we have another Slovenian lover. Fucking autocorrect. So we're gonna go to Sabagoza, and the only thing left is to find out how to get there. And thanks to Google, we know how. So finally, I'm gonna meet some new people near me. Thank you.